like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, I'm going to be listing off my top 10 list of San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Funko Pops. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, let's check it out. So like I said, today's video is a top 10 list of San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Funko Pops, which you guys are probably asking me right now, why are you still talking about San Diego Comic-Con Pops? We're basically finished with that, but this weekend, more specifically, I think this Saturday, actually marks the 50th anniversary of the first actual San Diego Comic-Con, and then of course, since then, the Comic-Con has grown, and then since 2010, like I mentioned in the History of Funko Pops video I did last week, which, little suggestion thingy above, that in 2010, Funko Pops were first made. So I have a list of Funko Pops, obviously, right here from the Funko app. I added it all to the wish list to kind of make it a little easier for me, in which it was a very hard decision to do because there were so many great Comic-Con exclusive pops. And of course, for this, I actually will be doing an honorable mentions because there's just so many great ones that I couldn't obviously put all of them on this list. But anyways, let's kick off this list with number 10. Coming in at number 10, and I think my co-host MD may be a little mad that it's this low on the list, but it is the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con Steve Harrington with the bat. This is such a great pop, and I think it definitely is one of the top 10 best San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. The reason why it's this low, though, is because it's one of those pops that constantly fluctuate in price. Like at one point it'll be at $100, and then I think as of this recording it's actually at like $60, and I'm talking in Canadian dollars, not American. It's super great in detail, I will agree with that, which is why it's on the list. A lot of these pops I do have on this list are on it because of the detail, and Stranger Things does have a following, but I think the next one that I have has a huge amount of hype going around it, and I think a little added detail to it made it higher than this pop, but this is still a great pop though. So let's check out number 9. So coming in at number 9 is actually from San Diego Comic-Con this year in 2020, and that is the scented Brian Fantana from Anchorman. First off, Anchorman, a license that we haven't had yet, which is a reason why it was higher than Steve, because we had already had Stranger Things at that point in 2017. The reason that it is higher for the detail-wise is because of the fact that they had scented this pop. If this wasn't a scented pop, I don't even think it would be on the list, to be honest. I think the idea of a scented Brian Fantana is absolutely awesome. The whole Sex Panther cologne, and according to Sully himself, he actually confirmed that it basically smells like pure gasoline. And I think it's amazing that they did that and not some random like smelling that actually is good, like maybe, I don't know, they could have done coffee or something. But the reason that this is low on this list, especially at number 9, is because of the fact that the next pops I'm going to talk about, they have a lot more detail, and a lot of the ones I am going to mention are super valuable. So let's check out number 8. So coming in at number 8, it is the San Diego Comic-Con 2016 exclusive, limited to 480 pieces, Bob's Big Boy. I felt like I needed to add this pop on the list, not because Ad Icons is such a huge lineup that everyone likes, but this pop is actually, I'm pretty sure, the most expensive pop out of all the pops I'm going to talk about today, because this is valued at $1,423 Canadian as I'm recording this video. For such a simplistic pop, it is very detailed. It's got the Bob's Big Boy logo here with the cool overalls that Big Boy is wearing, and so many people, especially Ad Icon collectors, want this pop. It's one of their top grails. I know Top Pops really wants this pop. He actually mentioned that on one of our podcasts that we had him as a guest on, which, once again, a little suggestion thingy above to go view that podcast featuring Top Pops if you want to go view that after this video. Reasons higher than Brian Fantana and Steve Harrington. simple. The value on it, it's over $1,000, and even in American, I think it's over 1,000. And I think there's a bunch of hype behind it because of the fact that it's an ad icon pop. I think that it's not higher because, once again, there's so many more detailed pops, and I think I had a better personal reaction with the next 7 that I'm going to talk about. Let's move on to number 7. So coming in at number 7, it is a 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and that is the shark-biting Quint from Jaws. Now, I love this pop as I'm looking at this. I love the amount of blood that they put on this pop, the amount of detail, and it's better than the other Jaws pops that they did, because they did do one with blood, and it was like a pop and tea bundle for Target, I'm pretty sure, but it didn't have as much blood as you have on here. And when I think of Jaws, I think of the amount of goriness that's in there, even though goriness is probably not even a word, but it is what it is. There's a lot of blood. It's awesome. It's even on the kind of blade that Quint is holding. My only problem about this, 2 problems actually. I felt like because there's blood on the shark, they should have added blood on the box also, which they have done in previous Funko Pops where if, let's say, there's a bloody scene, they'd actually have blood on the window. Or if you remember the Call of Duty Pops, which I do have a couple, they're somewhere up there, you can't see it on this screen obviously, but they have mud on the screen, which is really added detail to those characters. I felt like that should have happened. Plus, Quint isn't really making any facial expressions, which really irritates me because I felt like they could have done some sort of like mouth reaction, like like he's actually being eaten by a shark and it hurts like hell. Reasons that number 7 and not higher is because, once again, I feel like there is more accurate details with the next 6 pops. I had a little bit more of a personal reaction. So, let's move on to number 6. So coming in at number 6, it is the 2015 San Diego Comic-Con Unmasked Jason Voorhees. Reason this is on this list, more specifically kind of in the middle of that list, first of all, super value pop. I think it's almost $700 for a pop being made in 2015 is really detailed with the face, especially because they didn't actually really put pop eyes on this. They placed the eyes differently like the Unmasked Jason would in the movie. The only reason why it's in the middle of the list and not even in the top 5 is 1, this pop gets duplicated too much and that there's so many fakes that I don't really have much of a personal reaction towards this. I just added it because there was enough hype so that it deserved to be on a top 10 list. A lot of people do want this pop to this day. It's not really my cup of tea, but I understand the opinions of the Funko fanatics. But anyways, let's move on to number 5. So coming in at number 5, it is the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con Lincoln as Reaper from The 100. I'm a fan of The 100 TV show. I think it's a really good TV show, and I wish at this time I kind of, started getting the pops. This one was really hard to get because I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, this was limited to 750 pieces, hence why I think it's worth almost $500 Canadian. It is really detailed. They got the eyes basically spot on because he basically had red eyes when he was becoming a Reaper. The detail is really nice with the outfit and the ripped clothing, and personal reactions up on this because I do like the TV show The 100. However, it's not higher than number 5 because of the fact that I do have more of a personal reaction for the next 4 pops, and I think the detail is just a little bit better. Not by much, but it's still a little better than Lincoln. But this Lincoln is still a very great pop. But anyways, let's move on to number 4. So coming in at number 4, it is the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Luke Skywalker and Wampa 2-pack. I think this set of pops is wicked for the fact of you got a Wampa, you got Luke, but more importantly, the detail with the box, which is what I always love, is when Funko takes the time not just to make the figures great, but when they make the actual box great. Because with this, you have the Wampa, obviously his arm is chopped off, but the packaging is great because you have the arm kind of like spaced out there so that it's separated, plus the Luke is upside down like it's the actual scene in Empire Strikes Back. Not only that, with the pop art forms on this box, the actual pop art of Luke is also upside down, which you can probably see in the photo, which it's absolutely awesome. The only reason it didn't make higher is there should have been a little more detail. At the same time, it was 2014. They weren't really making so much detailed pops. I mean, this was detailed, but like, if you look at Wampa that was made this year for the Battle of Echo Base set and see how like dirty he is, like he should be, unlike this, which he looks like he just had a nice bubble bath in this pop because it's so nice and white. It's still a great looking pop for the time that it got released. Without further ado, let's move on to number 3. So coming in at number 3, it is the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Kang and Kodos 2-pack. I feel that this 2-pack is really, really well done. The Simpsons is a very popular lineup with Funko, especially everyone still wants to get that OG set. Just the detail on the characters alone is really, really good. Especially you got the drool going on that's translucent, which is really cool. And to tell Kang and Kodos differently, one of them has more of a squinted eye, which is really nice. And it's also glow in the dark. And it's green, so glow in the dark is really nice when it's green. I have seen these pops glow in the dark and they look wicked glow in the dark. So great job on Funko for that part. The box art is really nice because if you've seen these Treehouse of Horror box arts, especially in the purple, they have little like doodles of different characters within them, which obviously would have taken a lot of time to do while trying to make this box. Reason it is not higher than number 3, it is not that valuable actually. It is only $67 Canadian right now. I'm surprised because like at this time last year, this thing was like $200 at most. Let's move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2, it is the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Bloody Rorschach from the Watchmen. This is awesome, and this is actually an example of what I was mentioning earlier about Jaws, that they should have put blood on the box. The blood that is on the box is not just like a little splatter, it is like a crime scene that's going on here. It's even on the side of the box, and you can see it's almost like the whole window. I kind of wish that they did a re-release of Watchmen when they released the HBO series last year. That would have been amazing because I am on the hunt for a Rorschach pop. Watchmen is a really good movie and it's a really good graphic novel. I've read it before. The blood on Rorschach is really cool. An updated version would be amazing. So hopefully in the future we get more Watchmen Funko Pops. The reason it did not make number 1. Number 1, I feel, first of all, it's one of my favorite licensors. And number 2, the detail for a pop that was made, and I will say the year this was a Comic-Con exclusive, 2014, is so ahead of its time of detailed Funko Pops. But anyways, without further ado, let's check out number 1. I almost forgot, so before we make it to number 1, actually, I have honorable mention. So a couple of honorable mentions I would like to obviously mention. First of all is the 2016 San Diego Comic-Con Indiana Jones. That is a really cool pop. A lot of people do want this pop. It's one of the more rare pops. Another one is that 2015 Blue Crystal Meth Heisenberg. That is a really cool pop. I love Breaking Bad. It probably is my favorite TV show of all time. Another great one, I love the 2016 3-pack of the Sex Bomb from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I really love that one. I think it's probably the best Scott Pilgrim vs. the World pop. I really love the Toy Story pops they made last year for San Diego Comic-Con. That's Chuckles and Mr. Pricklepants. I actually do have them here. There they are. I have one with the con sticker. That's this one. And I have one with the shared sticker, which is Pricklepants. That's really cool. But yeah, that's really all I could think of off the top of my head. I know there's so many different ones. But anyways, now let's move on to number 1. So coming in at number 1, the number 1 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Funko Pop, in my opinion, from the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con, the beat up or bloody Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. For a pop made in 2014, this is nuts when it comes to detail. First of all, just the face alone. How they were able to make one eye kind of squinted, and then they just added paint over another eye, and then added a black line to make it look like he has like some sort of black eye, which this is nuts. It's got blood on his shirt, Even the box is really nice because I love the box, and even just the pop art on it is really nice. And then the stickers back then are really cool for San Diego Comic-Con. This is a huge sticker. This one is going to be super hard for me to get to complete the Breaking Bad set. I only have 2 pops from the Breaking Bad set. That is Heisenberg and Dead Gustavo Fring. I hope to get at least the full common set. This pop is absolutely amazing, and it's definitely my favorite San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pop. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button to let us know that you're enjoying the content being provided to you guys on this channel. Comment in the comment section below what your favorite pop was on my top 10 list, and what was your favorite San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pop made of all time if one didn't make it this list. And like I said earlier, press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you all for watching this video, and hope to see you guys next time. Peace out!